Friends, hello and welcome back. Hopefully everyone is having a lovely day. So we're going to look at some of the lovely season 2 cards. You get the bigger unit, the set 2 legends and flashbacks. Not the players we're focusing on today. Today we're going to focus on the players you're going to be able to get out of the season 2 program that just started this weekend. And which player is the best one? Which one you should choose first and foremost to have on your team? Obviously, the longer these players are out, the more they're going to be, devalued in the marketplace. You can probably go buy them if you want to. But a lot of people like to say, let's go out, like these, no sells. You can only have one of the few selections here. I think we're going to go over these. Best selections. We're looking at the Incognito. And then we're going to look at the Kaiju. So as far as the Incognito goes, you have Shane Bieber, doesn't throw very hard, 95. That's an instant no for me. You have Tony Clark, first baseman, a gold first baseman. Now, first baseman, there's not a lot. We have, was it a Future Stars guy, I think? There's not a lot of double diamond first baseman out there with sick cards. So a gold first baseman is very solid there. Tony Two Bags, Anthony Rendon has a pretty solid card there as well. The double diamond. Nick Castellanos doesn't field well, but he has a sick card. He never really has been known for fielding. I think he should be in a Reds uniform, just saying. We have Aaron Loop, 94 speed, 74 or 77 slurve, not too big on that. And we have Trevor Story, the double diamond shortstop. There's just so many good shortstops in the game. That's the problem with taking Trevor Story. I feel like you can get a better shortstop just about anywhere. Johnny Damon, there's a name. Not very good on the power. So when you look at all these players, I mean, I'm really looking at probably Tony Clark. The 122 by 100 really appeals to me. Anthony Rendon is not horrible as well with that double diamond. I wouldn't mind a double diamond in Rendon, but I think everybody else is like, you gotta get the diamonds. Or you want to try to get the diamonds. The diamond gold plus in the field. And Tony Clark really covers it all here. And I like what you're seeing a lot more often, I feel like these days, is you see a lot more teams going out there trying to throw lefties on the mound. When you're playing online, if you do play online, I mean, you seem to see it a lot more in the computer and everything. So when you got the guy 122 contact against lefties, 100 in power versus lefties, I like that just because it feels like that's the way things are swaying, where people know you're trying to get a good righty out there to throw more lefties. So I think that's a good addition as well there. Looking at the Kaiju series, again, a bunch of 97 overalls. We'll start with Sean Green, the double diamond, right fielder, always appealing. Monty Irvin. Another double diamond. Good contact. Not the most power. John Franco. Oh, babies. He's got some screwball, sinker, sliders, four-seamer, and circle change. He's got some of everything. The pitch differential, though, is about 20 miles an hour. 93 on a fastball, 73 on a screwball. So for me personally, now the break is 99. The control is great. Me personally, I'd like to have a bigger pitch speed differential there. And we're not really seeing that. So we'll see what else is out there if there's a better option. George Brett. Diamond hitter, gold fielder, not a lot of power, not a big fan. Corey Kluber, 94 by 85. Speaking of a guy that doesn't have a big pitch differential, not a fan at all. Brian Roberts, good contact, double diamond's got a lot of speed. Second baseman, a little bit more of a difficult position to fill. So that is something to keep in mind there, even though the power numbers are lower. And then there's Blake Snell. Blake Snell throws 97. He throws 82 on that screwball, and his control is 82. So it could be a little bit better there. Really, when you look at all things considered, I mean, we go back to, was it Franco? Franco's got a pretty nice card. He doesn't have the speed, he doesn't have the velocity. But here's the thing, we were just talking about how important the velocity and everything is. But you do gotta have to play devil's advocate here and say this guy's got 125 clutch, 110 home run, or 110 Ks, 114 on the walks, and he does have 20 miles an hour pitch differential, which is better than us. He is a lefty, and it is a little bit more difficult to get those flamethrower closers in this game, and there isn't as many closers I feel like is available, at least for me personally. Like every time I go and play a game, it's like, where's the bullpen? Well, I don't have a bullpen. I go and look at the market, I'm like, there's not really a closer that feels like he's worth 50, 100K to me. I'm like, whatever, we're gonna stick with the little 97s we got on the team. So John Franco, really, all things considered, I like it. I like the addition of adding a closer. It really does depend on where your team is. Like I said, that's a me problem, I guess. Who was the other guy? Brian Roberts. I feel like that's what happens for me personally. I wouldn't mind a Brian Roberts since he's a second baseman. I'd go closer first, maybe Brian Roberts second. But see, my problem is, and I don't know if anybody's, similar to this. I got a lot of my players in or using for the programs. That's what's funny about all this. We're talking about players we want to collect, but it's like, really, if you do the programs, you never use them. Our pitching staff though is, that's just again a bunch of program stuff. I mean, that's what we have in the bullpen. Really, I mean, this is our bullpen though. Like I feel like Shohei we've kept in. We just put in the Alex Young. Well, I don't think we finished the Bristow parallel yet. I don't know if we're gonna do that or not since season 2's out. Same with these two players. We probably won't. But Joe Kelly doesn't throw hard. Okay, he does throw hard, but I don't know if I really like that Joe Kelly. The control's not there. 86. I haven't liked using it. I like the no, it was a Joe Kelly or Chafin. I can never remember the two. I think it was Joe Kelly. He's not as bad. Lee Smith throws hard. That's a good option, but not a lot of depth. It's like I got a couple bullpen guys, which is really all you need, honestly. But again, it's a preference thing. Mixes it up a little bit. I think I just want to see different faces in the pen. Going back to the reward path, though, we had the Kaiju, we had the Incognito. Was that it besides the boss? I believe so, yeah. So we're going to look at the boss. I like the bosses, of course. Josh Donaldson. Woo, baby. Give me it. Give me the bringer of rain. This is why we didn't need that other third baseman. 125 power against those lefties. 107 against the righties. That is a sick freaking card. And speaking of sick cards, again, depends what you're playing for. You won't pick that second baseman up that's untradeable if you're going to get that Chase Utley. I mean, obviously, you could probably get them both down the road eventually, but Chase Utley card, that's got to be borderline best in the game. He's in the market right now. Dang, that's right. I feel like it would have been worth it. I should have no-lifed the game, got all the way up to the XP here, because, was it Nolan Ryan? Some of these cards were going off so much yesterday because nobody had them yet. That grind would be fun. I'm curious how much time somebody had to put in, and if they got it, and if they was able to sell like a Chase Utley for 100K in that amount of time, because that's a lot of playing. But 100K, because he's only going to be worth like 20 to 30K, in a couple weeks. So we'll see. Greg Maddux, 90 fastball, 70 curveball. That's just he's throwing little turds up there. He's rolling them up there. He's got some nasty break though. Good control. Grady Sizemore, also a solid card. The double diamond, 125 contact. You can never beat the 125 contact. He is a center fielder though. I feel like there's a lot of center field options. Not a big fan. Mariano Rivera. Again, he doesn't throw gas, but you're going to turn down the Sandman. Great break, decent velocity, solid control. I think, again, that's it. Josh Donaldson's your guy here. The bringer of rain is who you want in that boss challenge when that time does come. And just to make sure it's not something different at the end right now. It's the same players. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. As always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.